Hello my friend, today we are talking about storytelling style. You should use it in your content creation. Doesn't matter what type of content you create. It might be product description, page about you, for social media, YouTube channel, for your blog. Just use it because people wanna get a real story. Watch this video until the end and you will know exactly how you can write your story that people wanna get. Stay tuned, the best part is coming. Before watching this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Click the notification tag to know about new videos on this channel, because I create this video for you. I wanna help you to grow online. Okay, let me share my screen. And today, when I checked all blogs online, new fresh publications, I found this awesome article from Inc.com, and the headline of this article: free business storytelling lessons from Spike Lee. And yeah, simple to use. And the first, do the research. If you want to create content, you should prove it, and to learn why it's interesting, you can use keyword research tools like Ahrefs, SEMrush, Moz, Majestic SEO, or anything else Ubersuggest. Just use some of them, find some keywords, and after this find data that are related with these keywords. For example, I don't know, give me a few seconds. If you open my website blog, you can see that I use a lot of infographics, some data, because I know it's interesting for people. For example, we can open this article, and here you can see that I use some data, some infographics, and yep, if you submit some visual content, it helps to learn much better your content and consume it. It retains users on your content, and yep, just analyze data. How you can find it? For example, go to Google, type I don't know, weight loss data. Yeah, just use your keyword and add data, and you will find a lot of content. We can open this one, weight loss statistics, and here you can learn some data. Overweight people in the world, 1,600,000,000 people. Oh my goodness. I was on the same boat, but my brother helped me. He shared some way how I can lose my weight without any pills, shakes, and today I have normal weight. And I'm going to decrease a little bit more, because if I lose additional 5 kilograms, after this I can live over 100 years. Yep, and you can see, oh my goodness creation, 92 million people in the US are overweight. And what you need to do, just use this data, give the reason to read your content, because you have only 15 seconds to to explain why your content is worth your time, because people have no time to read all content online. And for example, if you open any other articles on my website, you can see that I use some data information in the beginning, because it helps to keep readers' attention. And for example, how does Facebook make money? And you can see that I use a lot of data, information, and even the first place from Donald Trump. He pays more for Facebook. I don't know, perhaps he knows Mark Zuckerberg, they are friends, I don't know. And you can see that Trump invests $11 million, a lot. And the more interesting that he has another campaign that invests over $4 million. Yeah, a lot. That's why he's the president. If you invest, I don't know, 4 plus $11 million, you might be president of the United States. Of course, I'm kidding. Okay, just analyze data, find information, and after this, you can craft your story. And what we have, the second tip, craft the story. Sometimes some my clients ask me, I have no some engagement story, what I need to do. I don't know, I always have it, but if you have your story, just take the story from famous brands, popular brands, similar brands, and set up their stories. You don't need to cheat that it's your story, just tell story about Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, or Apple.com. It doesn't matter what type of content, just share story. You should use your storytelling style, and sometimes I even write some blog posts and share stories from famous brands. I show their examples, and yep, it helps me to rank my content and grow online. What you need to do to craft the story, it's better of course if you have your own story, and just make some content plan about your story, and use some logic, I don't know, steps, chains to craft the story. And the next tip, do the work. Yep, just when you have content plan, when you have data, create the story. It means you should create content that is suitable for your audience, for example video content, text-based content, it doesn't matter, just do the work. And I can add one more tip here, just to edit this content. Yeah, I will submit the link to this article in the description below, you can read it. And I want to share another article from masterclass.com, and here we have 7 tips how to tell a story effectively. Choose a clear central message. What does it mean? Don't try to cover everything in your story. Pay attention to one element. Sometimes I failed a few times to submit a lot of data from one post because people are overwhelmed when they get a lot. What you need to do to find some I don't know, the core of your message, and extend this information. Don't try to overwhelm. It's better to create a few pieces of content if you have a lot of information, but keep it simple. Yep, it's essential. Tip number 2, embrace conflict. Everyone likes to learn about some conflicts anywhere. I don't, perhaps not like, it depends on people, but when you hear about some conflicts, oh yeah, you have a lot of attention, I should to know more about this conflict. Yep, it's up to you. And if you can embrace your conflict in your content, tell how it was tough for you and how you overwhelmed it. Yep, it helps you to craft your story. Number 3, have a clear structure. Yep, you should have logic chains, and it's better to start from intro, where you give a strong reason to read your content, consume it. Even for video content, I have my intro. The second tip, what you need to do to use some chains that keep audience to consume all your content. And yep, if you have the right structure, you can keep them to consume the whole content. Okay, number 4, mind your personal experiences. I love it, all the time. I read a lot of blog posts, and I have my experience that I provide for my clients, for my projects, and after this I combine them to create my content. I know that some people learn a lot. I don't like it when you only learn and don't act. Acting is more essential and crucial than learning. Acting through experience brings the best knowledge. That's why you have your own experience and craft your story. Number 5, engage your audience. Of course, it's better to learn your audience preferences, what they want to get, and after this you can create the story for your content. For example, I usually submit a lot of information on LinkedIn. When I check out my post, I see, oh, this post brings a lot of engagement. That means I can use the story for my other types of content. And it's better to provide some data information and mix your content with, in different angles. Yeah. Okay, number 6, observe good storytellers. Why not? You can learn from other bloggers, content creators. For example, I watch other YouTube channels because I wanted to learn about their styles. I have my own style, of course. It's not the best, and I need to go ahead and ahead to be the best, but I will do it. About others, learn from them. Take some interesting stuff and be yourself. Don't pretend to be someone else. Create your unique style. And number 7, narrow the scope of your story. We can read that if you are telling a true story from your own life, it can be hard to choose the important main points that you should include. Many people have a tendency to include every detail and end up inundating their audience with facts that dilute the central story arc. Choose a clear beginning and end to your story. I think you understand this. Don't try to cover everything from your message. Just choose essential elements. And good editors, you know what they usually do. They cut a lot of extra information. Don't overwhelm, don't crush mind people, just keep it simple. Okay guys, I think that's it for today. Ask me any questions in the comments sections, I will reply to all of them. And use storytelling style in your content. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, click the notification tag and comment below everything what you think about my content. You know, I wanna improve, I wanna go ahead. Okay, see you next time, cheers.